It has been more than a year since the raids on Diddy's mansion, and now he is finally being sent to jail. We are going to look at all the celebrities who tried to warn the industry about him long before this moment. For decades, there have been whispers about Diddy's involvement in abuse and manipulation. And now the truth is finally surfacing. But the story does not end here, because Diddy might just be the first domino to fall. And rumors suggest another big name could be next.
Motherfuckers be gay in Hollywood, you never f***ing expected. They be having these big ass mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a motherfucker to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you f*** around and look in the wrong room and shit. Come here. Is that two niggas kissing? Is one of them niggas
among everyone who had issues with Diddy and dropped hints about his hidden dealings? The one person who never hesitated to call him out was Cat Williams. Long before any official investigation into Diddy began, Cat was already spilling details about what really went on behind the scenes. He had been gathering information for years and even paid people when he believed they had something valuable to reveal.
These big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. Because the people want to know, well, why would he get blackballed?
Yeah,
because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that. I value that. I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know it. They all know it. Why? Because you don't make me the villain. Not the guy that raises black children and ain't never done a hard drug in his life and don't have no stories of doing nobody.
Everyone who has worked with Diddy seems to have a horror story to tell. Aubrey O'Day, who collaborated with him for 6 years, was among the first women to speak out about how Diddy treated the women at his shows. They were expected to do whatever he demanded, and anyone who refused faced immediate consequences. Diddy made sure that saying no to him meant the end of your career in the entertainment world. And the most shocking part is, there are countless witnesses backing these claims.
There are so many witnesses. There are so many victims. Now, if or if not there were to be any type of investigation occurring, no victim should be or can communicate with other victims. And so victims are likely not communicating with victims. But a lot of people that know things or that are building things or whatever do reach out, do tell you everything. Sometimes they'll just write everything. I mean, I receive information whether I want to or not. But I've erred on the side of stepping away from the movie that's being made. And I don't mean that literally, I mean that metaphorically. The movie of Diddy that's being painted right now. And I come back to myself, what I know to be true, what I know I witnessed, what I have receipts of.
You want to show all your skin. You want to be naked. But the whole concept of Danity Kane was like, when it comes together, it's one.
Puff's going hard on the group, and then all of a sudden he singles me out and starts going on and on about how unhappy he is with me. And I just feel like nothing that I do, he's ever happy with.
Can I ask a question? What do you want to look like, though? Do you want to look like a playboy, playmate? Do you want to look like you?
I'm done with all of that.
No. Like, what do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you.
What do you want to look like, though?
I'll tell you. I'm not focused on me. I'm focused on what this group should look like and how I should fit in this situation.
You like big hair, though.
I don't like big hair.
Like big hair. You like big hair. You like a lot of makeup and all that.
Actually, I don't. I don't like big hair. I don't like certain makeup. I'm very flexible with what you want to do, and I've worked with everything that you've thrown
I'm not seeing the flexibility.
Bray worked with Diddy during season 3 of Making the Band and later joined the group, Danity Kane. However, her time with him ended after a heated argument that led to her being fired. Aubrey later accused Diddy of being controlling, manipulative, and emotionally abusive throughout her time under his management. She said she was kicked out of the group because she refused to meet demands that had nothing to do with her music or talent. And it's not hard to guess what she was referring to.
Why somebody would want to fire somebody.
Can you give us a little?
I wasn't willing to do what was expected of me. Not talent-wise, but in other areas.
And were other girls doing?
I was the only one that was in those types of positions.
Wow.
A very strict and focused businesswoman, because working for Diddy for 6 years trained me to have to be perfect.
Working for Diddy.
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy.
He expects.
Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that question.
Oh, wow.
I
I
don't
think
know.
he's a good guy.
After Diddy's arrest, Aubrey O'Day took to her account to share a powerful message for young and ambitious dreamers. She wrote that the real warning isn't about whether a jury might doubt your story, or if a court's decision will ever truly reflect the pain you've endured. The true lesson, she said, is to recognize the moment someone in power crosses your boundaries or asks for more than what's right, and to walk away without hesitation. No dream, no matter how dazzling, is worth the pain and exploitation that can follow if you stay silent. Too often, those who abuse their influence faced far fewer consequences than the damage they cause. Her advice was clear: protect yourself the moment you sense coercion or wrongdoing. If something feels off, trust your instincts and leave. Your safety and self-worth are far more valuable than any opportunity.
Tell me about the sympathetic days to Diddy. What does that look like when you have a moment of feeling bad for the guy?
It wasn't all bad, but I don't know that any of the good was real.
Former Danity Kane singer Aubrey O'Day breaking her silence amid Sean Diddy Combs' trafficking and racketeering trial, revealing she is not going to testify.
I was contacted by Homeland Security, and I did have a meeting with Homeland Security.
At any point did they tell you, we're considering you to testify, we're considering your evidence that you've given us in the trial?
They tell you keep discretion with your meeting with us, obviously, because the trial has taken place.
Some people saw that you were going to be in New York, and they immediately started jumping to conclusions. Are you here to testify in the Diddy trial?
No, I'm not here to testify for the Diddy trial.
Instead, the singer will cover the trial for a podcast produced by Amy Robach and TJ Holmes.
Is he a threat to people if he is out of prison?
Yeah, I can give you a few examples of why I would lean toward yes on that.
I could be here all night telling you about my experiences. I could write a book one day, and I probably will.
In a statement to ET, Aubrey says, quote, "While I have not currently been asked to testify, this trial is long overdue, as I've been speaking the truth about Diddy for 20 years now." Adding that my sincere hope is that justice will prevail and for there to be further systemic changes within the music industry to prevent all forms of abuse from those in a position of power.
Another artist Diddy helped bring into the spotlight and shaped into a star was Usher. But Usher's time with Diddy was far from the clean-cut mentorship it appeared to be. What went on behind the scenes wasn't as innocent as many might believe.
Around that man, Sean Puffy Combs, I don't sleep to this day. I have a problem sleeping to this day. Like, yo, man, I'm here to work, man. I ain't sang in a week. I mean, I'm 13 years old, and I'm telling him, look, you're going to put me in the studio, man. You got Biggie Smalls in there. You got Craig Mack in there. I'm not here to party with you. I don't want to go to the clubs. Matter of fact, I'm too young to even be in here. Why you got me in clubs?
XVYCR7ly. Usher spoke about his time with Diddy and what it was like living with him. During an interview on The Howard Stern Show, Usher shared that Diddy started mentoring him when he was just 13 years old. He remembered being taken to clubs and introduced to a fast-paced lifestyle that was far beyond what a young teenager should have been exposed to.
To New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans, Jodeci, Mary J. Blige. They ain't know nothing about this.
Oh,
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat, or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And what do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem. I had like,
what
like a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Next, Voichang Deal, who worked as Diddy's bodyguard during that time, claimed that people in the industry were well aware of Diddy's troubling behavior toward Usher. According to him, there was an incident where Diddy's actions reportedly led Usher to need medical attention. It's said that medical records exist to back up the story. And after that, many celebrities began to distance themselves from Usher.
Asking, because I know the topic is sensitive. What happened to Usher?
I heard about some music executive from the industry back in Harlem. I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not going to speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that. And they may be doing something. They may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
What did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking and we was around some people, something like that. And then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. Man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you hear it, and that's what happened.
That the most disturbing part of the Usher situation is that the texting mistreatment reportedly didn't stop with him. In an attempt to distance himself from Diddy, Usher introduced another young artist to fill his place, and that person was Justin Bieber. At the beginning of his career, Justin also worked closely with Diddy and was even sent to stay with him for a while.
Friends in a strange way,
Like Robin Big.
Yeah, it's like exactly.
I'm big and you're Robin.
Yeah. No, I mean, to a lot of us, he's like a little brother. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid to call and ask for advice. He's somebody that, in the industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family, and he's somebody that, we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him because he's such genuinely a nice person. Besides his talent, you know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest kids that you could ever know.
Justin,
Diddy bought his son a Bentley. Maybe, he could buy you one also while you're
He
out.
got me a Lamborghini.
That's nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Apparently not. Everything ain't for everybody. Good?
I'm good. How are you?
Young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
good.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right, okay.
My number? I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
Girl people from Diddy's inner circle have stepped forward to confirm parts of this story. One of them was Jaguar Wright, a former background singer for Jay-Z, who criticized Usher for not protecting Justin Bieber. She called him out for focusing only on his own safety while leaving Justin vulnerable. According to her, if it hadn't been for Usher's introduction, Diddy might never have gotten close to Justin in the first place.
Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. and then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Does that sound like a good guy? Now that we know what Diddy's really like, what kind of asshole do you gotta be to take another boy, another talented boy, and put him in your place so it ain't gotta be you no more? Because that's what pedophiles do. They get victims, and then once they get to a certain age and they get too old for them to enjoy them, they send them out to go get other young kids. Now, if Usher is a procurer, and if Usher knew what was going to happen to any of those young children that he took to the Flavor Freak off, is he a good guy? Especially considering what happened to him, especially considering that he sat Howard Stern, and Howard Stern said, would you send your kids to Puffy's Flavor Camp? And his immediate response was, hell no! So it's good enough for everybody else's kids, but it's not good enough for you.
Everyone in the rap industry knows the kind of person Diddy truly is. Some of the biggest names in music have openly taken a stand against him. During an episode of Drink Champs, Kanye called Diddy out, saying he only pretends to be tough. But according to many in the industry, the truth about Diddy is far darker than most people could ever imagine.
Celebrity friends, because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard you.
Wait,
hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to come at me, because part of the deal for you to be able to do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're going to go pull my co-car. So y'all shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You shut the fuck up about, you shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
Case you're wondering why Kanye mentioned Meek Mill, it's because Diddy and Meek have long been rumored to have a close connection. According to 50 Cent, their relationship went beyond business. He even claimed that Diddy once invited him out, saying he wanted to take him shopping, a gesture 50 interpreted as more than just a friendly offer, suggesting that Diddy used his influence to get what he wanted. While 50 turned him down, Meek reportedly didn't, and soon after, Diddy and Meek were seen attending events together, often dressed in matching outfits.
That's when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. This is really stop it, man. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See? Damn. They found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on there. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out. Yeah. He said, I don't know, maybe I'll take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm going to mess up the way. Certain things, they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet. He was like in the hallway.
All these years, you being the only one calling this out.
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They said you're a hater. They said you're crazy.
You do this, and now everybody's complaining. My
HO according to 50 Cent. He and Netflix are currently developing a documentary that's scheduled for release in early 2026. In a recent interview, 50 explained that the project has taken longer than expected because the allegations against Diddy keep increasing. He described it as a challenging production, saying that every day brings new claims and more information to uncover. In his words, the situation has become like an octopus spreading in multiple directions with countless layers and developments.
Who was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out about the industry, the type of people that are controlling the industry, the attacks that people face from the media if they try to speak out, is always the same. They're called crazy. And an example of one such individual who went through those sorts of attacks is the actor Orlando Orlando Brown. He was on Disney, and I remember everyone telling us that he was totally insane and deranged when he was saying a lot of things that at the time sounded crazy, particularly about Diddy. Take a listen.
The requirement is you gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he's gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
You can take the, but he wants you.
Diddy, to me, is the fall guy. We are still seeing a major effort to protect the big names, just like with Jeffrey Epstein.
You and Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Well, that's why. It's only business. It was really, away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him. Right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. Now, like, and when I say people respond, how people respond to things matter, like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, I spent $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable. You don't hear him talking about French. French was right there. Right? Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm so scared.
Well, I'm listening.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
Don Richard, a member of Danity Kane, alongside Aubrey O'Day and later part of Diddy Dirty Money, accused Diddy of manipulation and intimidation during her time working with him. In 2024, she filed a lawsuit claiming that Diddy mistreated her and that she had witnessed his troubling behavior toward Cassie. Dawn was among the first women to publicly support Cassie and stand by her when she decided to speak out.